Ooh, the lighting. Hello, guys. Anyway, it's very late in the evening, and I wanted to record this before I actually go to bed. So excuse the lighting. It's quite dim, but hope you understand and just bear with me. Look, I don't want to go there and here. I just want to dive into this topic because it's really dear to me, okay? It's been a while. I haven't loaded much, but I did mention in the last video that, we don't just do things, we are led by God to come and speak certain things. And when I say we, I mean the Holy Spirit, and they using me as a vessel, as a mouthpiece. Um, Topic I want to talk about is feminism. The most dangerous word ever introduced to females of this world. I don't want you to get me wrong, ladies. I want you to listen attentively to what I'm going to say, and I want you to think about it, then dissect it, and then you can bash me if you want to bash me. But I want to really, really talk to you ladies out there. The feminist movement, which was introduced in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. And, for gender equality, maybe women were taken for granted and they felt they needed a voice. And this feminist movement came about. And, you know, in all essence, I mean, let's go back, way back to our great, 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 great ancestors, our great grandmothers. I don't think they ever knew what feminism was, or the feminist movement. And they were probably oppressed too by their partners, or society as a whole, because when you were a woman, you're expected to act a certain way and not say certain things. And they probably felt like you ladies do today. But I mean, we are children of God and we look at things in the biblical manner. I promised I'll do a video on the godly woman. I'm yet to do that, okay? And it will follow right after this video because they're linked. But God says He's above everyone. Then it's the man, the woman, and the children. And why? It was God. Then He created Adam. And from Adam's rib came Eve. Eve gave birth to children, right? So that's the hierarchy. That's how it goes. In the 60s, they introduced the feminist movement. So women could have a voice. And I'm sure, yes, men were oppressing. Somehow the link got broken where men forgot that their part is to love their wives, love their family. So it's a family unit, a bond. But the feminist movement came in as something to break that family bond, especially in Black culture, especially in our communities. And the feminist movement introduced so much that it gave a woman a certain power, a certain voice that is misinterpreted. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, tongue twister there, but it was misunderstood, right? And why am I saying that? The feminist movement introduced a couple of things to women where now they feel like they are above men, they are men. And sometimes you guys, you women, we feel like we are above God as well. God made certain rules about a husband and a wife, or partners, or just the relationship of a family unit. The heathens, the evil one made a plan to come and worm himself into a family bond and break it apart by giving the woman that voice that is not godly, that is manipulated and also enforced by whispers of this world. And because of that, that was poison instilled in women to break the family. So women, from being at home, being the home manager, let's call it, to being now an independent woman. And now we introduce the 50-50 movement. And, now we have rights where we are even able to go and say, it's my body. If I want to abort the baby, I will. And this feminist movement now moved women from being respectful, understanding what God had said, that we are under the husband, to an extent where now we are above the law. Not the law of this world, but of God. It's a dangerous movement, a very toxic movement, because feminism introduced murder into women's rights, where we are now going against what God said. One of the commandments is said, do not kill, right? I'm not coming here as someone who's clean and I'm saying I'm better than everyone else. I have my sins too. I've been there. I've done it. And I didn't know better because I had this mentality of a feminist. But in all essence, we are now even breaking. We just like Moses, we're taking the two tablets with the commandments and breaking them down and saying, nah, we'll do what we want to do. That's the feminist movement. We need to be treated fairly, true. We need to be loved, yes. Am I saying men don't oppress women? They do. But where does it come from? The devil wormed his way in. The plan was to break the family bond, get the men jailed in prison, get the woman alone to be a single mother and raise the kids alone, a bitter woman with angry children, and a corrupt a community, or a corrupt offspring of Adam and Eve. You see, any movement you see on this world that has nothing to do with God's plan, you know whose plan it is. In Proverbs 22, verse 24, it says, don't befriend angry people or associate with hot-tempered people, or you will learn to be like them and endanger your soul. And the feminist movement is exactly that, hot-tempered. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's poison and it's a lie that was fed to women, especially black women. Today, black women will tell you, I don't need a man. I'm not saying, guys, be dependent on people, but I'm saying that as a woman, know your place. You must choose your fights, and do not create a storm in a teacup. When in olden days, when things needed to be sorted, you sat down with Mutuwaha, your partner, you sorted them out. You never ran to the streets with a board and started calling them names and killing their souls, their spirit, to an extent that our brothers today don't even have a voice because they are scared simply because of this feminist movement. I want us to talk about the godly woman. I'm going to go intense and I'm going to carry this on that video, this feminist movement, and carry it on into the next video. But I want you today to be careful not to follow things of this world, because you don't know who forms these things. They sit down, they plan them sitting on the table and say, how else can we poison them so that we break them apart? I don't want to make this a racial issue, because at the end of the day, we are all God's children. But who are hot and tempered right now? It's the black woman. They have portrayed you to be the angry, bitter black woman simply because of the 60s movement, which was called the feminist movement. Again, I'm not disputing that men treat women badly. It was a plot. It was a plan. There's always a familiar spirit planning these things and influencing so that the masses get to be indoctrinated into believing certain things that are not there. Let us indulge more on this on the next video. Watch part 2. I'll call it The Godly Woman Against the Feminist Movement. Okay, I'll call it that. And this is where we'll break it down properly, because I see where we're going. This is a toxic, toxic movement. As much as they plan on the economy against you, as much as they plan on the food poisoning against you, the education system against you, the music industry against you, the fashion industry against you, they're also plotting against the family bond. It's so hard for a black family to stay together until the kids grow and you both die at an old age happily married. It's so hard today because the enemy is against you. The enemy is against you. But you don't see it. You are blind because you are looking at things with a worldly eye. Discernment, guys. Spirituality is so important. You need to see things in a spiritual eye. We do things with our own plan. We don't ask God for guidance. We have feelings, yes. We have tempers, yes. But control and understanding that what inspired this whole movement in the first place. It's poisonous. It's poisonous. The introduction of using paper money and, in those days, years, centuries, whatever, 1,000,000,000, whatever years ago, was a plan, right? What makes you think this movement is not a plan too? It's all against the 10 Commandments. All against the 10 Commandments. Yeah. It's a sad world we live in, but the reality is there's a puppet master and he's playing games on you, and you're playing along, not asking questions. And I'm talking to you, ladies. This one especially for you women out there. I honestly and truly love you, and I'm saying these things because I want you guys to wake up. I really want you to wake up. And hopefully our brothers will also realize that they have hurt women so bad, but it's not their fault because they were manipulated. And you know, when you turn the dial, you tune to a next station. That's what happened. The frequency was manipulated, so you know, you kind of glitch instead of doing things according to the master plan, which was what God had instilled in Adam and Eve. He said, you know, a man needs a woman. He can't live alone. No man can stand a woman that is forever like this. It even says so in Proverbs. He can rather stay on top of a roof or sleep maybe in the dog kennel rather than being at home with a woman that is a feminist. Guys, okay, you know what? Let's carry this on to the godly woman the next video, because I really want to break it down so you understand it. I'm so sad by how these things are going. They've killed us. They've been planning, and they got a plan and they got it, and you know, this plan is working for them. It's working for them. But we'll indulge in this topic further in like like we'll dissect it and analyze, and I'll show you what I mean. So look forward to the next video. I just wanted to come and share this before I forget. Hence I said still late in the evening, and I really wanted to do this before I go to bed. I love you. I love you. God loves you. We are blessed. We just need to come back and do things the right way before it's too late. Because it's already smelling bad, hey? Yeah, like it's gone bad. The situation is rotten. And we need to fix it.